The African Perspective.
Well, today, with the judgment in the case between the Zambian government and Edgar Lungu's family, that's the former president, the late former president of Zambia, we asked a question on hashtag Africa Update. Ask, what are your thoughts on the ruling? Now, the body of the former president is returning home to be buried at Embassy Park. Your views, and we do have some responses on this particular question that we've posed today. And just to get some responses, Ngoma Mkasanga Mambwe responds and says, it is a straightforward matter. National interest overrides that of family. Those who seek the highest office in the land must know they are a national asset and not much on family. Coletta Nyirenda says it's a good idea. And Mutumwenu Lubasi Senior, good job. Family interest cannot override public interest. And also we have a response from Stephen Nyirenda saying that it was expected. Family lawyer misled family members, and all the pain directs to Makebi Zulu. Zambians, we are now happy. This brings a case closure. And also Benjamin Kawunga Nyirenda says it's good news. He was a hero. So these are just some of the responses that we are getting on all our social media platforms, and we would like to hear more from you. And you will get your comments and your views read out on our platform as we pose these questions on hashtag Africa Update Ask. You can still continue sending your views and your thoughts on the ruling of the former late president being repatriated back home at Channel Africa 1 on X and Instagram, on Facebook at Channel Africa, and on +2763 406 9126. That's your voice notes and comments on our WhatsApp number. Hashtag Africa Update Us.
Africa Update with Lulu Kapu, 12 to 1 p.m. Central African Time.
And as we continue with this breaking story with regards to the court judgment in South Africa on the decision to have the former late president, Zambia's president Edgar Lungu, repatriated back home, South Africa's High Court, sitting in the country's capital, Pretoria, has ruled in favor of the Zambian government to have the former president Edgar Lungu's body repatriated to be buried in Embassy Park. And to speak to us further on this, we are joined on the line by Zambia's Information Minister, Honorable Cornelius Muikwa. Minister, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on Africa Update.
Thank you very much for having me, and good morning.
You know, Minister, we spoke when the story was unfolding, the day it unfolded with, seeing visuals on our television screens. And also we had reporters on the ground, at the church. And, everyone was in court, the Attorney General and the family's lawyers and the family. And now, literally 2 months later, a decision has been made. What is the government's reaction to this ruling?
Well, first of all, we welcome this ruling by the Pretoria High Court. This ruling is in tandem with the aspirations and wishes of the majority Zambians, those who respect our tradition and culture, firstly as Africans, secondly as Zambians who have set for ourselves precedents that former presidents for the Republic of Zambia, or even sitting president, those who have departed, have been allocated unto themselves a special dignified place where they are put to rest, vis Embassy Park, a place which symbolizes, firstly, the gratitude the nation pays to the contribution that these former leaders or present leaders, as the case may be, have put for country. And secondly, to symbolize a shared, national memory which unites, the country going forward, looking at the leaders who have saved this country, being put to rest in one place. It symbolizes the unity that is the foundation upon which this country is founded, and we carry on with one Zambia, one nation. So really, this ruling is one which I think will now put to rest this argument, which has, in our view, unnecessarily protracted, because in the first place it was never anticipated by any iota of reason that it could have played out in the manner that it played out. From where we stand as government and indeed as citizens, we did not think that there was any probable cause to have taken the course of action that this particular a process ended up taking. We did not expect that a Zambian funeral of a former president could be dramatized in the manner that it has been.
Mm-hmm. Now, Minister, let's talk about now what happens going forward. When is the repatriation expected to happen? What sort of processes need to be put in place from your side as the Zambian government, from the South African side, and also from the Lungu family? What happens now? What's the plan of action?
Well, I mean, the ruling was just handed down a while ago, and it means that it's now all systems go. The government has to ensure that they obey the orders of the court and ensure that the repatriation of the remains of the former president in earnest begin to be organized. I mean, the court ruled there who should be able to receive the remains and also family. So clearly, this ruling has brought together these parties to work together. That is to say, the government and the family working together to ensure that the former president is given a dignified and befitting, send-off as a former president. So whichever way one looks at this particular issue, the family and government still have to work together. They have to be in one accord to ensure that this process is given finality and closure.
Now, let's talk about, as we wrap up, the family relationship now with the Zambian government. Now it's a case of they're being forced literally to do what they've been trying to fight against. How do you handle this relationship going forward?
Well, from where we stand as government, we do not see that the question of relationship between government and the family is one which could be contemplated to be problematic. We do not think that the relations should be thought in terms of being frosty. These are moments where, as government, we realize also and accept that we are human beings. We are dealing with a grieving family, a family in mourning, and therefore whatever could have transpired literally is now water under the bridge for most of it, because in an African setup, when a family is grieving, sometimes certain things that happen during those processes have to be understood to be emotive and emotionally triggered. So for us as government, we're a government elected by the people with a mandate to govern the country according to the rule of law, and also administratively to take certain actions that represent the interests of the citizens, including in this particular case, the family. So I think that this ruling now brings, the two parties together, the government and the family, now to look at a way forward of enforcing this judgment together and ensuring that we work together to see that the former president, Zambia's sixth president, is given a befitting, send-off, and then this episode being given finality and closure.
Well, Minister, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us on Africa Update.
Thank you for having me.
That was Zambia's Information Minister, Honorable Cornelius Mwikwa, joining us on the line. And I can tell you the comments are still streaming in. People are responding to our question with regards to the ruling that has taken place today in the High Court in Pretoria, with Jafali Shaibu saying that this is a good idea. My only advice to the Zambian government, please don't push Edgar Lungu's family after the burial. Your plans will only be judged by God. This is from Jafali Shaibu. And also car text, the audio was very clear. So basically saying that, listen, it is out there. The judgment has been made, and the former president of Zambia, the late former president of Zambia, Edgar Lungu, will be repatriated back to his home country, that is